We begin our report here in New York City, where former President Donald Trump is staying at Trump Tower as he awaits his historic arraignment. He flew into LaGuardia Airport Monday on his private plane, accompanied by Secret Service agents. A grand jury voted last week to indict him as a result of its investigation into hush money payments to adult film actress Stormy Daniels during his 2016 campaign. The former president will stand before a judge Tuesday to hear the charges against him, details of which we do not yet know. CBS News chief election and campaign correspondent Robert Costa has more.
Supporters cheered on former President Donald Trump as a motorcade of black SUVs shuttled him to Palm Beach Airport. The beginning of a history-making trip that now finds Trump in legal jeopardy and the political spotlight. Once in New York, Trump made his way through a city on high alert with protesters and police officers on the streets. Trump is already on the attack ahead of his arraignment, claiming the judge overseeing the case, Juan Merchan, hates me, and calling the prosecution a witch hunt.
This was a political persecution. I've been around criminal justice for 35, 36 years. I've never seen anything like this, where you literally announce your target and revive cases with perjuring witnesses in an effort to just bring him down at all costs.
Though the indictment is sealed until Tuesday, sources say Trump will likely be charged with falsifying business records in the first degree, a felony, stemming from his alleged role in hush money paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels back in 2016.
I should not be held accountable for Donald Trump's dirty deeds.
Michael Cohen, a key witness for the prosecution, alleges Trump directed him to make the payments to Daniels. Cohen has served time in prison, partly for his role in that exchange.
Does this ultimately get to trial?
I know he won't settle. It's not in his DNA. He will fight this all the way to the end.
On Tuesday, Trump will arrive at Manhattan Criminal Court for processing just before noon. He will be fingerprinted and may stand for a mugshot, but he will not be handcuffed. At the 2:15 arraignment, the judge is expected to outline the charges against Trump and ask for him to enter a plea. District Attorney Alvin Bragg's decision to indict stunned and angered Trump, but he has also capitalized on it. The campaign claims to have raised over $7 million since.
When they go after me, they're going after you.
Republicans came to Trump's defense this weekend, including potential competitors in the 2024 race.
They're trying to do all these legal gymnastics to try to act like it's a felony.
But other Republicans sense Trump's 2024 presidential campaign could now be vulnerable. And at least one rival, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson, jumped into the race Sunday.
We need to have a leader that can distance themselves from some of the bad instincts that drive Mr. Trump.
Robert Costa joins me now from New York City, along with CBS News chief Washington correspondent Major Garrett in Palm Beach, Florida. Major, I'll start with you in Florida. Is there a key test for what is in the indictment, what we'll all learn on Tuesday, that might in any way change the public debate about the indictment as far as you've seen it so far?
It might change it at the margins, John, but what's already been shaped in the public sphere is, and we're all sort of familiar with that terminology, tried in absentia. Well, this indictment has been denounced in absentia. No one's seen the indictment. No one has seen the underlying charges, how they comport with New York law, and what the fact pattern is behind the charges. The grand jury has, the district attorney has, but no one else has. That hasn't stopped Republican defenders of the former president from jumping in and piling on, both on the district attorney personally and the charges themselves, without knowing exactly how comprehensive they are or aren't. I think one test for this indictment will be, are you using something that is familiar in New York courtrooms? Or are you doing something that's never before been seen? And if it's really novel, as some suggest it will be, then the public might fairly say, okay, this is novel, it's unique. What's the reason behind that novelty? What's the reason behind that uniqueness? Is it Donald J. Trump or something else? And the district attorney will have to answer that question if it in fact exists.
Bob, have you seen anything? I mean, the Trump playbook is well known, and he seems to be following it. But you're a close student of this. Is there anything you've seen in the way the Trump team has responded that is actually not from his typical playbook, or that might change in the days going ahead after he's arraigned on Tuesday?
There is a new flicker of recognition, John, that this is real, even as Trump and his lawyers move to possibly try to dismiss this case, They are also expanding their legal team. Today, Trump added Todd Blanche to his legal ranks, a veteran criminal defense attorney, someone who once represented former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort, who faced legal scrutiny in New York, as well as a Rudy Giuliani associate. That's a signal that as much as they're fighting on the public relations front, they are getting ready for a legal battle ahead.
Major, as you witnessed, you mentioned it earlier, of those who've denounced the indictment without seeing the details. As you've watched the responses, what do you make of those who have rushed to the president's defense, or at least denounced the Manhattan district attorney, and those who have stayed quiet? Does it tell you anything about the rhythms inside the Republican Party right now?
Well, there's a lot of Republicans who want to be quiet about Donald Trump no matter what the situation is. But those who have come to his defense haven't said, as John Bolton said to our colleague Margaret Brennan on Face the Nation yesterday, oh, that's not the Donald Trump I know. They're not rushing to his defense on character bases. They are criticizing the district attorney. They're also suggesting that Manhattan has an inordinately high rate of crime, and that's not being focused on. That's a pretty typical and very comfortable lane for most Republicans. And they're also wondering about the underlying procedural justification for this. Is this the case to make? But plenty of Republicans who are eyeing a 2024 bid, who are either in the race or thinking about it very seriously, know this is not the only case the former president is likely to face. It may be the first of many, including the grand jury in Washington, D.C. over January 6th and the alleged mishandling of classified documents, and election meddling in Fulton County, Georgia.
And so, Bob, picking up on what Major just said, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson announced that he's running for president, and he took the stance that Mr. Trump should drop out of the race. Is there a lane for that argument in the Republican Party, and has that lane widened or narrowed since this indictment has come to the fore?
Some allies, John, of former Congresswoman Liz Cheney of Wyoming are looking at this, they tell me, and wondering maybe she has an opening, not necessarily to win the nomination at this point, but to mount a credible campaign. Former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan passed on the race, but there's chatter among some of the anti-Trump people on both the right and the left that maybe a no-labels bid, some kind of third-party bid could be possible if Trump continues to have legal troubles that lead eventually to political stumbles. At this point, though, it's a crossroads where there is a lot of uncertainty, but much speculation and calculation among Trump rivals and Trump critics about what could happen in the coming months.
All right, Robert Costa and Major Garrett, thank you both for being with us.